Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Firewall's alarm set off as restaurant owner Galiadre brings suspected Titan technology to Extropia. Join Sentinel and Cell, played by Adam, Sentinel Jarl, played by Slavek, and Tillman as the Game Master, on an infiltration mission to secure the dangerous object. In this Eclipse Phase 2nd edition nano-op called Grinder. Please follow Twin Cities by Night on social media and join our Discord chat. If you'd like to support us financially, you can also find us on Patreon. Enjoy. Okay, you wait for the right moment and you think you found it. You see a Galiadre walking back to the kitchen area with a bunch of empty plates and glasses. And you feel maybe I can just follow with my empty glasses.
So I'm just going to follow behind. And some scary thoughts are kind of running through Lee's head right now. And she's going to mention to Njal, if things go sour, we might have to shoot our way out of here. I'm hoping we at least find the box first. You might have to
shoot your way out of here.
Right, that's what I meant.
Well, unless you find me a drone or something. Or a ship. I've been a spaceship once. It was pretty great.
You sound like somebody that's done it all.
Well, I've done some crazy shit. Let me tell you about this AI.
I'm imagining at this point, I'm right at the door or whatever the entrance is, and I'm just pushing through or entering.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. You're not going to be immediately detected or anything. But once you want to interact with stuff in a way that would probably stand out, I'm going to ask you to make a deceive check or something like that. I think that would be obvious to Lee that she would act undercover until the moment where she doesn't, So you step through and immediately you notice there's a mesh connection reset. You don't really have access to the outside stuff anymore, like the social media stuff y'all was browsing through looking for pictures. Instead, you're in this secluded area. You have some mesh activity here with appliances, kitchen appliances, all wirelessly connected. The room you entered is about 15 by 10 meters. So quite large, but it feels super cramped. There's several rows of floor-to-ceiling racks with kitchen appliances. They're all locked in place because this is microgravity. Everything's full of pressure cookers because cooking in microgravity is difficult. The air around you is hot and it feels kind of thick. And you find that small droplets of water and oil are everywhere that have escaped from the devices around you. It's very hard to move here. The space available is so tiny that only two Galiadres could pass by one another if they really tried. They needed to squeeze past by one another. The walls are lined with cabinets full of all kinds of stuff, like plates and spices and other ingredients you couldn't even name. And everything's quite chaotic. You're pretty sure now, there's at least two at least Galiadres that you immediately see. Maybe there's some more in the back and you hear them shouting over one another. The one that just entered in front of you shouting orders that you can't even understand. It's table 11, 5 more P, 3V, table 4 needs seconds. And another one shouts I need the oil. And the one that just came in grabs a hose off the wall and reaches over to the other Galiadre, and they connect the hose to what appears to be a deep frying apparatus, but it's completely sealed off. And out of this hose juts out a stream of oil into the device. And they disconnect it. A few droplets of oil leave behind and slowly trail through the air.
At this point, I'm a little bit nervous. I didn't anticipate that this room would be so small. And I don't like the feeling of I might have to brush past another Galiadre in such a close situation. It's not that Lee thinks something bad is necessarily going to happen. She just feels kind of uncomfortable and she doesn't want to blow her cover or anything or appear out of the ordinary. But what she's trying to do is gauge the room to see if there's any other rooms that branch off from this. And then she's thinking, okay, I probably can't go straight there. I need to create some kind of distraction. And at that point, she's trying to work out a situation in her head that could get everybody to leave the kitchen.
Give me a perceive again, but this time with a -20, because this is such a chaotic atmosphere, and you trying to not bump into one of them like makes it really difficult.
Maybe
Can I
use a pool? Yeah.
Yeah, can I use a pool to negate that negative?
So your perceive skill is based on intuition, and you could use your insight point, to negate that.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah, it's good. It's unfortunately just a regular success in this system.
Still happy with it.
It's a success. Not gonna knock it. So you like drift past all the rows of appliances carefully, avoiding all the other Galiadres. One of them already stormed out again, carrying new plates of stuff out. The second one that you were looking is busy with the cooking appliances, preparing something. And in the back, you find that there's 2 doors branching off. And one of them, there's 2 more Galiadres. And you just catch a glimpse of one of them like going to this room with a blue box.
Shit, Niall, that's the box.
Yep, that's the box.
Lee gets this burst of excitement, and part of her is just thinking, do I just trail this Galiadre, start blasting, take the box, and just try to ditch out of here? But she's like, no, there's a better way. Play it cool, keep it calm.
Calm is good.
I'm trying to walk around the kitchen like I have a purpose in there. I'm putting something away where I see that it goes. I'm maybe like putting some of the empty glasses into a sink or a cleaning device or whatever. But all the while minding that I just saw the box and I just saw where it went. And I'm like, fuck, Neil, you saw that.
Yep. Can replay it for you if you want.
Why don't you? We got to make sure that's the right thing before we get hasty.
Well, I checked the replay. Maybe I'll...
In the replay, you see the door that you're looking at right now, but in front of it is a Galiadre with a blue box and another one. And first the one with the box enters, and then the other one follows, and the door closes.
Good enough.
You're fairly sure from the replay and talking to the ref that this is in fact the blue box.
I can replay this basically 1,000 times in a second, if you really want to.
I don't think that'll be necessary. I'm pretty sure this is it.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think Lee is going to be putting the glasses away into the cleaner or whatever, and then she's just going to turn and just walk into the room where the 2 Galiadres went.
How am I going to approach this? Do I want you to roll deceive now or later?
Uh-oh, that's not good.
I think you're fine for now. We're gonna say you move with purpose. You don't have anything on you right now that looks out of place. You're not like flashing your gun around or being all excited like, that's the blue box. So you're just keeping your cool, as you said, slowly making your way over, not bumping into anything or anyone, like looking through the door that they went through. The room you enter is, compared to the one you leave right now, fairly tiny, but it feels at least just as cramped. It's essentially like a cube filled by this massive machine. It looks like a 3D printer of sorts, but huge. And apparently it can create like whole meals. It has this big extrusion nozzle. And right now it looks kind of weird because from it foams like a pink slime. It doesn't look very appetizing to you. You're not really sure what to make of it. The 2 Galiadres are no longer here, but there seems to be like a connecting door that probably goes to the other room that you caught a glimpse of as well. Like you saw 2 doors in the kitchen area. You entered one of them, and now there's like a connecting door, probably leading to the other room.
Neil, are you seeing this? What do you think this substance is?
Can I run a chemical analysis or something?
How?
Yeah, I don't really have the sensors for that, I guess. Well, not much of a chemist, sorry, Lee.
Definitely doesn't look like any drugs I've seen, right?
Not that you know of. Just looks kind of weird.
Well, that looks, I don't know.
It foams up like these weird bubbles that don't burst, they just stay on the surface.
Maybe it's the secret ingredient. Who knows?
And they seem kind of like flaky when they're fully inflated, like they have a moldy top, but pink.
I guess instant cheese meatloaf. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll get some good images of this.
Yeah, don't worry. I have everything from this entire place.
Lee doesn't understand that, you're probably constantly recording and stuff like that. She's not like a very technological person, I would say. She's more of like a dealing with people type of person. So she's probably going to keep reminding you to take pictures or take recordings in a way that is like probably annoying at this point. But she's going to be making note of this weird device, and then she's going to keep moving into the next room.
All right, so you access the next room. This one is larger again, and it is filled with rows upon rows of these huge glass vats. Like you couldn't reach around them with your arms. They're probably like 100 liters at least a piece. This room has quite a strong smell. You've heard and read about these. It's quite technologically interesting. This is a protein brewery. So in these vats, a bioengineered microorganism is creating or synthesizing like proteins from raw materials, and Galiadre probably uses that for her food. And as you enter, you see in the back the Galiadre with the blue box. It's like floating up on one of these glass vats and has removed the lids and is now like scooping pink slime from the box into the vat and closing it up again.
Okay, at this point, I want to try to hide and just watch what she's doing. Even if it's just putting myself behind something that I think is far away. It doesn't have to be like a really good spot, but when I see the box, it just sets off all these red flags in my head. Just like, this is the mission.
I'm actually kind of failing to find the right skill for that.
Let me check the rule book. I have it open.
Infiltrate, deceive.
Infiltrate is a very good idea, I think.
Yeah, I think infiltrate me.
I'm gonna do an post check this time, rolling for the Galiadre at the back.
What pool would the infiltrate skill be considered under?
That's your vigor.
I'm trying to remember if I spent my insight or my vigor last roll. Forget what I rolled.
I think you spent your insight.
Okay, so then I'm going to use my point from my vigor pool to try to add 20 to my skill.
Okay.
35. Pass.
You're succeeding.
Yeah, I mean, he did.
Because you have a superior success, in fact. So you are taking cover behind one of the vats, and you hear the rummaging from the Fiadre at the back of the room. She's closing up the lids again, and you hear like a stomping sound, and she like flies past you with the box in hand and pushes the door open into the kitchen area again. And then you hear like a gurgling sound coming from the vat that you're leaning against, hiding behind. And you see like the top is foaming over with this pink slime. And suddenly like there's a burst of one of these bubbles, and like a splash of pink slime flies out, and it forms into like a worm-like shape in the air, and it starts moving toward you with like this snake-like motion.
Yeah, Lee's probably going to let out like a vocal, not a scream, but she is going to, and she's going to try to take a step back, and she's going to be right now reaching for the pistol. She's not going to take it out. She takes a big step back, and she's looking at this thing that is forming in front of her, her hand on her side or her leg, wherever the pistol is holstered. And she's also taking a look around too, because she's still trying to be mindful of losing her or blowing her cover.
How big is the worm again?
Not that big. Maybe
Take it
like, let me look. Doesn't have a size rating. I'm saying it's about the size of a hand.
Oh, a hand or an arm? Just a hand?
Yeah, I would say a hand.
Oh.
Okay, that kind of changes things for me. I thought it was like maybe the size of me. So if that's the case, I'm actually, after my initial shock, I'm going to try to run forward and stomp on it.
You're flying in microgravity, but
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. I don't know. I probably can't yeah, no, there's no way. You're right. Okay, so I'm just trying to keep eyes on it. If it lunges for me, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try to grab it out of the air, or I don't want to shoot it though. I've calmed down, my hands away from the gun.
Okay, we're doing combat tutorial round. Look on your character sheet for your initiative. In fact, I'm looking as well. There it is. It's 7. Now roll me 1d6 and add your 7. That's your initiative score. And I'm rolling for the pink slime.
That's an 8 for me.
All right, you go first. So you can declare an action. You can move a little bit as a quick action and then attack, for example, like you planned.
What does the worm look like it's doing right now? Is it trying to come at me? Does it have a mouth? Does it have
It does not have a
features
mouth
that could hurt me?
It really is just like a collection of thick fluid in the air, but it's moving with intent, apparently. Like it's moving in like a snake-like fashion. And it's seeking something. Now that you've moved back a little bit from the vat, it seems a bit confused maybe, but you're not sure. It was moving toward you, you felt.
Lee is starting to panic a little bit. She's not sure if this thing would try to wrap around her. She's not sure if it's going to, if she tried to grab it, if her hands would just go through it like a jelly, what would happen after that? Would it burn her? All these different things are starting to play through her head right now. And mentally, Niall would definitely pick up on this as well. She's just like, fuck. It's like mentally all the alarms are going off right now. She's getting ready to punch it out of the air if it comes anywhere near her. But she's trying to keep her distance.
So you want to hold your action and like assume defensive or evasive actions?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go for the pink slime's turn. And it like moves around a little bit. And then you find it like squirts itself into different directions, like it bursts in a way.
Like, does it split?
I guess. Like slime suddenly sprays everywhere around you.
Fuck. Y'all, what the hell is that thing? Did it just split
Wait,
into
I
two?
need to roll for attack.
Yeah, god damn it.
Lee, please roll me your fray.
Botch has been too kind this session, too kind. Except for that, early morph thing. That was really...
So I just roll what the value is. It says fray divided by 2, 30. So I'm trying to get under 30.
No, roll your normal fray. I believe, in fact, since you held your action and wanted to defend or evade, you get a bonus. So your base score is 60, I think.
What pool would fray be if I wanted to flip-flop that, if that's possible? Or can you not do that on fray?
I just looked it up. Since you wanted to defend, you actually get like a plus 30. Unfortunately, you still fail.
Wouldn't it like be vigor or something?
Yes, it would be vigor.
Yeah, so that's a no-go for me.
You can
You don't
use a
have
point of flex. Flex is like an anything goes pool.
Okay, I will use a point from my flex pool to flip-flop that.
Okay, so that turns into a success then. In fact, that means you, with your 49 under 90 in this case, have a superior success. It's over 33, but the pink slime just has a regular success. So you are getting the better deal here. Both succeed, but you win by a margin. So I would say you like evade last minute. You hear like the squelching sound and you know, oh shit, it's coming. And I'm assuming you're still like close to the door. So I would say you're like rushing past and the explosion like happens as you like hide behind the door, now back in the room with the extrusion thingy, this 3D printer kind of thing.
God damn it. What the fuck do we do, y'all? Do we just go after the box? I'm starting to kind of freak out at this point. Visibly, I'm just kind of sweating. I'll be behind the door, and I'm ready to take the gun out at this point.
Well, I hope you have your backups ready.
You hear that the 3D printer, the extruder, starts like moving, and like the extruder head like lowers down onto the platform and starts like squirting out pink slime into some sort of shape. But it doesn't really hold together. The slime stretches weirdly.
Can you get me closer to the machine? Maybe I can plug into it. I'll need to use a actual physical port for this.
I get right up in there.
So, yeah, you want to hack the machine?
Yes.
I'm going to say you don't actually need a physical port.
Oh, okay.
The machine is in this local mesh network that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say...
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be like super secure because it might have secrets, which usually means you need to use a physical.
No. Galiadre has taken some measures, but she's not like proficient in this, I would say.
Okay, yeah, no, that's completely fine.
Just give me your infosec again, and I'm rolling for the firewall outpost, so that's our little bit of security.
God damn it.
Oh, I crit succeed.
Yeah, I know. Well, I only succeeded by like 8.
Yeah, in that case, the firewall wins.
Yeah.
And you hear like an alarm sound.
Oh, fuck.
And suddenly like the door into the kitchen area like is thrown open, and you see a Galiadre there, and she yells, who are you?
Now's the time to start blasting, maybe. I'll try to...
I take the gun out. I'm going to try to cap her.
All right. I would say you automatically gain initiative because this was not combat yet. So you can... I would also say this is point blank range. You can decide how you want to fire your gun. You have 3 options available to you. You can fire a single shot, which deals your basic damage that you're seeing in the table there. You can do a burst fire, which fires 3 rounds at once, but you can decide whether you want a +10 to your roll, whether you make a hit, or you can deal extra damage with it. And your point blank gives you +10 to hit. And if you fire a burst, it would give you +1d10 in damage, or also +10 to hit. You can also fire in fully automatic that fires 10 rounds at once. You can choose either a +30 to hit or +2d10 in damage.
Question. She's not the one with the box, is she? Or
No.
Okay. I think I want to try to just do a burst fire. Just like I'm just going to do a quick burst, just bam, bam, and hoping that's going to be it because I'm in action mode right now. I'm ready to just blast through this place and get the box. This is like the fight or flight. This is the, oh shit, this might be
things
over.
are starting to get out of hand and kind of chaotic. All right, so roll me your guns skill, and you get the +10 to hit from your point blank. So guns +10. You make it. That's a 62 under 70. Good thing you were in point blank range. In fact, that's a superior success, but I'm not sure whether that means anything.
And again, Lee just feels very clumsy in this body. So even being that close, she still feels this tremendous amount of pressure and this clumsiness about everything she's doing at this moment.
Can I try to keep hacking it while they're in combat?
Probably. You're essentially like taking your time, taking another stab at it. I would say this is basically brute force hacking. There's 2 types of hacking, like prolonged and just trying to gain access quickly.
Yeah.
You're gaining access quickly. That's your point right now. You're already detected, so that's out the window. Just roll me your infosec again this turn, and we see how many turns you take to like make it.
Use my insight. So my skill right now is 110 for this. I got a 40 out of 110.
Yeah, I would say you succeed this time. But also, Galiadre failed like her evasion, which was also really hard for her at this range. So you pack her with like 3 bullets, and she just kind of jerks in the air and rotates weirdly. Roll me for damage. So that's your base damage of 2d10 plus your 1d10 from using burst fire.
So 3d10, total of 16.
She has 2 armor, so she gets 14 damage from that. And her wound threshold is 7. That means she takes 2 wounds from this. That's pretty brutal. I'm just going to say you have basically knocked her down. She's not dead, but you have sufficiently hurt her to like end combat pretty much immediately.
My goal now, so Niall doesn't have to be like close physical proximity to this machine to continue doing its thing, right? Like hacking it or whatever.
No, he doesn't need close proximity.
So
Just needs to be in the kitchen area.
So I'm just going to basically kick off from a wall, and I'm going to just try to shoot through the door where I think the Fiari with the box is. Because now I've already blown the cover, and I just need to get the box and get the fuck out of here.
So turning the camera view to the kitchen area, we see a Galiadre opening a door, yelling, "Who is this?" And then getting shot limply in the air. And then, ah! And then suddenly another Galiadre shoots out from the room, like catapults right into the one that's just been shot. They both like crash into the kitchen area. I'm gonna do a random effects roll because it's fun. So I rolled the tacky substance gums up the machinery. So behind you, you hear a sputtering from the extruder. Apparently this oozy slime's not working well for it. And it kind of stops in its track, and there's a weird, like, puffy bubble burst explosion sound as suddenly, like, a droplet of pink slime emerges, and then the machine seizes up.
As I'm seeing this happen, I'm starting to wonder, is there a way I can send some type of message or communication to Waters at this point and just have Niall send him what we've recorded so far? Just in case I get killed in this operation, he'll at least know what was going on and where it went sour in case he wants to send in somebody else. Because right now I'm starting to think, holy shit, this might be it. It's all really going through her head that this might be it. And, she's not going to remember what happened here. And it really is fucking with her.
You can't access the outside mesh in the kitchen area. So right now you can't send a message.
Niall, I think our last resort is to just escape this kitchen.
Yeah, did I manage to get control of the machine?
I would say you have control over the machine, yes.
So this is just like stuff that does food, right? The 3D prints it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to say you can upgrade your control over the mesh stuff here with another infosec. You found a way in now, and maybe you can use that to your advantage.
Yeah, that's a success. 48 out of 90. Okay, got an access to the mesh. So, what do we need right now, except for an escape route, Lee?
I'm not sure we're going to be able to make it out of here with the box. I think that we witnessed enough that we still have something that could be pretty vital. I really don't want to leave here without that, but I'm afraid that if we don't get out of this kitchen, this is the end of us.
All the information out of the kitchen that I can that deems to be important or somehow secure, and I'm just going to grab it.
I say we make a break for it. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
All right, it's your call and, your body.
So right now, I'm assuming I'm still inside this room with the printer, or did I go out into the main kitchen yet?
I believe you went into the main kitchen.
Okay. So I'm assuming also there's no other copies in the kitchen at the moment.
You're not sure yet. You're like at one corner, but you haven't moved around much yet. There's one with you that you shot.
I'm just going to turn the corner hard and just try to quickly take in what's going on. I don't think now I can try to pass off what I'm doing. I think that I've been spotted, basically. So if I see somebody with the box, I'm going to try to fight them for the box. But otherwise, I'm just getting the fuck out of this room.
You hear the one that you shot now yelling out, "Help! Help! Get her!" And at the other end of the room, you see that there's two Fiadres. One of them, in fact, has the box nearby, and they turn. Or in fact, they already were looking in the kind of direction, but now they're turning towards you. And the one that has the box nearby, like, suddenly grabs the other one and stares into her face, like, in a really, really weird way, and says, "Kill her!" And there's a jerking motion going through the Galiadre that was just commanded, and suddenly she just rages like "Rah!" and grabs for everything that she can like find near her and scrambles to make her way towards you.
So if there's two of them, right now at least thinking is I'm just going to try to full automatic spray them, at least just enough to where maybe I can knock them back enough to get this box. once I shoot through the door, that's all I'm trying to do. Is like I want to just incapacitate them enough to where I can get the box and kick myself back out of this kitchen. Once I'm into the restaurant proper, I can at least send what we have to Waters. But ultimately, my goal is, of course, to just escape with the box, gun blazing.
So what you can do with full auto is roll a standard guns, and if you succeed, you deal your standard damage to both targets. Or in fact, it could be 3 of them if they're close by. But there's 2 only right now.
Should I roll that one now, or do they have to do they get to move first?
Yeah, actually, let's roll initiative first, but there's some way between you two. They don't have firearms, it seems, so they can't make ranged attacks. You have any advantage there. But let's do initiative.
10.
So I got 12. I'm actually gonna roll twice. I'm going to give the 12 to the one with the box. Great. They both have 12, so I didn't need to roll. So we're gonna say they have spent their round. The first was giving the command. The second one is now moving toward you in like a frenzied fashion. And it's your turn, and you can like shoot them out of the air.
So I got a 75. Can I use my flex pool to flip that into a 57?
Yes.
So that's 57 under 60 then.
All right. That hits. Now roll me for damage. And we're going to apply the damage to both of them since you're firing full auto. Just give me your 2d10 base value, but both of them get hit.
13.
All right. Minus their armor, that's 11. Their wound threshold is 7. So you hit them real good. You're like firing nonstop. You see them moving towards you. You hear that really weird command, and you're seeing the frenzy in the eyes of the one that's now rushing. And you're just firing as much as you can, like bam, 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 bam. And you make some hits, it seems, but there's no like stopping them. So top of the round. The blue box one, she is in fact grabbing the box and making her way towards the kitchen entrance or exit. And she yells out, "All my customers need to be fed with this glorious revelation of food stuff." And she just walks away. And the one that was commanded to kill you is still like scrambling to get to you. And I'm going to say she's now grappling you using her melee. Oh god, that's going to be awful. Give me your fray, please. Or you can decide to counter with your melee, but I think that's a bad idea because you're unskilled.
So 35 out of 60.
So both succeed, but she succeeds by a better margin. So she does unarmed damage, I would say. She's just trying to like grapple you and probably go in to like choke you. But so far she's like crashing into you and just hitting you with her whole body, basically.
So it's like 2 identical people just brawling in this kitchen right now. I'm imagining that they're kind of crashing into the stuff around them. And just,
another one heavily wounded directly beneath them. So she rolled for unarmed damage, got a 3. I think your armor absorbs that. Yeah, it absorbs that easily, in fact. You're not taking damage then. Top of the round. The Galiadre that you shot, she takes a pen and like hits it over the head of the Galiadre that is grappling with you.
Wait, so she hit the wrong one? Or
no, she turns to you. You fucking asshole. You fucking asshole. Stop her before it's too late.
And so like I assume she's talking about the one that just left the kitchen?
Yeah.
So I'm going to look at her kind of surprised because that's what I was trying to do. And I just, I just assumed all of these copies are part of this and would, of course, try to protect the box with their lives, being of one mind and all. So this is just a lot for Lee to take in. And she's kind of just hoping Niall will kind of like analyze this and chime in. It's the smart one.
Initially, I was going to sell this footage on a pay-per-view site, but I think everyone would be just way too confused with all these clones running around. So I suggest, you just run after her and count your blessings.
And you see the Galiadre that you shot, by the way. She's moving for the oil hose that you saw earlier. And she's like trained in for that weird extruder room Looking back, you see like weird pink slime bits floating out now and being worm-like in the air.
I want to just try to get out of this room. I'm just in hot pursuit of the person with the box.
Yeah, last thing you see is the Galiadre with the oil hose is now grabbing like a torch, and she's like fighting off the pink slime behind you.
This is total chaos back here. She just made like an oil flamethrower. I'm trying to just get out of here.
So you're going through the kitchen doors into the main room?
Yeah.
More chaos is there. The alarm was apparently heard even here. The security guards, you're not seeing many of them around anymore. Those that are there seem to usher out the guests through like the exit. And the whole tunnel is like stuffed. And you see that the Galiadre with the blue box is trained in for like a, what's it called? Like a service elevator. You know, the kind of thing that's only carries like plates upwards. It's near the entrance. But right now it's kind of ignored except by her.
I'm going to try to kick off of the wall as hard as I can. And I'm just swimming towards her as quick as possible. I imagine that my body is just completely extended like a dive almost.
You cannonball through the room. People don't really have time to react. And you crash into her and you smash her against this service elevator shaft. She drops the box in front of you and she immediately like starts wrestling with you in the air.
Yeah, I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm not pulling any punches. I'm fighting dirty. You know, I'm clawing at her face if I can. I'm trying to grab her head and whack it against the wall. Just a very brutal fight midair right now as we're kind of tangled up. And I'm not trying to like beat her to death either. I'm just trying to wrestle the box away from her and just put enough distance between her and myself to where I'm going to leave with the box.
Let's just say you cannonball into her. You knock her into the service chute and like draw your gun on her and point it at her, and you have her like pinned down and she has dropped the crate in front of you.
I pick up the crate. I still have the gun held at her, and I'm very frazzled right now as you know, I'm feeling like worked up and kind of exhausted from this fight, and I'm just aiming the gun and I'm kind of out of breath and I'm just fuck off. And then I just leave with the box. I try to just beeline for the exit.
So the exit is pretty much blocked, but you weirdly find the security guards are just concerned with like bringing out the people. They don't really care about what's going on with the restaurant owners, it seems.
Y'all, how are we going to get out of here?
Looking up possible exit routes, trying to sort of use my previous scanning of the area to try to predict where the most security will be and trying to direct paths with least resistance, say.
The service chute may be one of those options. You could probably like squeeze in there.
What do you think, Lee? Feeling flexible today?
I think it's our only choice.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And Lee's just going to head back towards that service chute. And is the other woman like still in the chute? Because if she has to, she'll just cramp in there with her gun pointed at her, fight her the whole way if she needs to. But this is just like a wild animal trying to claw its way out right now is what's going on. It's like being trapped in a burning building or something.
I didn't mean you squeezed her in there, but you like crashed her into like the wall. So I would say she is kind of like slumped there, but you can definitely squeeze in like she intended and push the button.
Yeah, I go ahead and do that.
As you do, and the service elevator slowly starts moving, suddenly like the kitchen door is blown open and like a fireball erupts from there and you move upwards. And I'm going to say in the chaos of everything, you make your way out and meet up back with Waters. And you have time to discuss what's in this thing. And in fact, it seems that it is some sort of infected slime that was scooped in the Titan quarantine zone back on Mars. And it apparently changed Galiadre, or at least some of them, in weird ways, and changed their beliefs and what they were fighting for.
This is just kind of like all above Lee's head. She just does the job. She doesn't really understand these types of things. One of the things she's going to ask Waters is, what happens to the people that that ate the food.
Well, we don't know yet. Let's hope no one did.
Fuck. Do you enjoy the morally gray choices Eclipse Phase has to offer? Then you might also enjoy our Changeling the Lost Vanity game. Vanity is set in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1993 and follows our motley crew as they attempt to find normalcy after being exploited and finding they must exploit others to survive.